Hi, this is Tracy HD, and I want to thank you for joining me for our August 2017 tarot reading, and this will be for the sign of Virgo. As I shuffle the deck, I'm asking all light beings, angels, and God, please relay the message I need to share with my viewers for the highest good of all. At the beginning of the month, we'll take a card from the top. Middle of the month, we'll take a card from the center. And the end of the month, we're going to take a card from the bottom. Wow, this is a lineup. This, to me, speaks volumes. We have the Six of Swords, okay? This person is in a boat and they're moving on, okay? So evidently in the beginning of the month, you're going to pretty much know that you've had enough of a situation, whether this is leaving behind a job or a relationship or a friendship. You're moving away from something that has been causing you grief and anxiety and unhappiness. And by you taking this action of moving away, you're going to improve your situation, okay? Harmony is going to be restored in your life. Things get to a point where you have to let them go. You just realize that you've got to move on. Maybe you've tried everything you possibly could with the person in your life, and it's just not working out. And you finally put your foot down, and you finally move on from it. You know, we can only do so much. If we're involved with people that don't want to give us the same respect or work on our problems or our relationships and stuff, sometimes you just got to say, okay, I'm packing my bags, I'm out of here. And by doing that, you're allowing yourself to move on to something bigger and better. You're going forward, okay? They're going forward in the boat. This person isn't looking back. It's not going backwards and reverse. And like I always say, you can't move forward if you keep going back. So something is telling you need to move on from this situation in the beginning of the month, okay? And you're going to be in a much more calmer state once you do. Everybody fears changes, but if we didn't change things in our life, we would be stagnant. We would not experience the growth that we need. Okay, so maybe even you're going on a physical journey. Might even be going over water. Maybe you're taking a cruise. But either way, you're going in the right direction in the beginning of August. You've made up your mind. And I know a lot of Virgos that give things a lot of consideration and concern, and when they make up their mind, it's usually a well-informed decision. So whatever you're doing here in the middle of the month, it's the right move to move on. Then in the middle of the month, you're going to need some quiet time, okay? You're going to need to go within. Maybe you want to meditate so you could get quiet, hear your inner voice, you know, go with what your gut is telling you. Okay, this hermit here is telling you it's time for you to take a time out. It's time for you to relax, okay, and, you know, have some quiet time for yourself. Sometimes it's hard to get that quiet time, but it's going to be very necessary in our busy lives to do that. Otherwise, if we don't, we're just burnt out, we're not grounded. So there's going to be some type of reflection and contemplation going on in the middle of the month, possibly about what you had left behind here, okay? And then at the end of the month, something is definitely coming to an end. And a lot of people get alarmed when they see the Ten of Swords, this person here with all these swords in their back and their legs. You're going to find out something behind the scenes was going on that you probably suspected all along, okay? And maybe since you got this quiet time in the middle of the month, you figured out who it is or what it is that's going on behind your back. This Ten of Swords to me is like a bitter ending that needs to happen because it wasn't worth keeping in your life, okay? You're going to feel maybe some kind of a backstabbing. You're going to realize who the backstabber is, and you're ending a difficult situation. Okay, maybe this is just like hindsight, you know. You knew something wasn't right. You were moving on. And after you moved on, you started reflecting and looking back and thinking, why didn't I see the warning signs, you know? Why did I put up with this for so long? Whether, like I said, it's a job that's unfulfilling or a person that just isn't, you know, respectful. You know, it's always easy to look back after you've distance yourself from the situation. It's like looking at a painting. If you're really close up to the picture, you can't see all the details. But if you take a few steps back, you could take it into full focus. You could see the whole thing. So at the end of the month, you're going to realize that, this may be difficult ending this situation, but I'd rather know, who's doing things behind my back than to feel like a fool. And by eliminating, it could be a group of people, it could be a single person, okay? It teaches you a lesson and you move on. So this to me is a good sign that you're going to find something out at the end of the month that you're going to say, you know what? I had that feeling all along about this or that. I should have trusted my gut instincts, my intuition. But don't worry. We all have to go through these difficult situations. Removing people from our lives happens on a regular basis. Not everyone is meant to stay in our lives. Interesting month for you. If you've enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to my channel because I will be back.